Spark. It's good to see you ready to travel the universe. All of these worlds, made by others just like you. So much to explore. So much to create. The universe is waiting for you to bring it to life. The stories yet to be told, the games to be made, civilizations and societies to be formed. So, what kind of spark are you? Player, creator, or both? But whatever you choose, there's a universe of possibilities. Now, how do we begin?
Welcome everyone to another fun co-stream with LadyLexUK and me, SuperSonic. We've been having trouble on Mixer because Mixer is a piece of crap. Just saying. Fix your stuff, Microsoft. Joining us as always is our favorite host, LadyLexUK.
Hello everyone. I notice you've got somebody standing next to you that I've not seen before. Where's she come from?
We made her last week. She's beautiful, isn't she? She has a big personality. You can't hear me?
Yes, big personality, definitely. You keep fading in and out, but we'll cope.
What's going on?
Yes. She's a bit upfront, I think.
I think so too.
A bit to the side as well. A bit they're sort of not quite in the right position, but hey.
Are you making fun of my girlfriend, LadyLexUK?
No, I'm just saying her boobs seem to swing to the left a bit. That's all.
Yeah, one's hanging a little bit. We might have to take her into surgery or something and fix that. Stop yawning.
It's not easy to do. It's not easy to make anything like...
Maybe I can hit it back into place. No,
that looks terrible. Don't do that.
She's mad at me now. Do you want to let us...
No. So, it's a side scroller, but you can go in and out. So I've killed him. So now the arrow will flash and tell me I can go that way.
That's awesome.
The camera will move with me. There we go. Another one to kill.
I like the screen shake effect too when you hit him.
Oh. Okay, I've got a weapon now. There we are.
This is better than Double Dragon.
So I've used pitch black sky to get this black effect so that it looks more like it's like a drawn cartoony thing rather than the standard Project Spark look. I know it's not quite the same as Streets of Rage, but... And I've used holograms everywhere just to give colour. Because they're not affected by the pitch black sky, they'll be coloured. Everything else will just be black and white.
It's better than the Ninja Turtles game. LadyLexUK, this is awesome. I like it.
Okay. Yeah. That way, because I've always done it up from above with that type of camera. So I was quite pleased it worked sideways.
You gotta show us your remarkable coding.
You want me to do it?
Yes, we want to know how it's done. Yes. That's so good. I can't believe that only took 3 hours. That's awesome.
Yeah. 3 hours. flowers. Okay, so I made myself like a little corridor. This is going to be the play with some blocks, and inside the block brain is I've made a nice solid colour, which is a very dark version of the colour that you want it to be, and then made it the same colour as the hologram, and then it will be a lighter version. Makes any sense? So this colour is very, very dark, but it comes out as this like bright blue. So that's how you do the holograms of all these little bits. And there's all these little bits here that I've got coloured in. Because I started off trying to make it with just ordinary sky and ordinary everything. I thought actually it's cartoony, so the pitch black sky was the way to go. Now the way it works is there's cameras all the way along here at different points, and I don't know if you can see in there, there's some logic cubes there that show me the edges of the trigger zone. So when the player walks into the trigger zone, it will set that camera off, so that camera will turn. So as soon as he walks into this trigger zone, that camera will work, etc., etc., as he goes through. And I just put these logic cubes in to show me the edges of the trigger. When the woodland peasant is in my trigger zone, then it's a first-person camera with transitional easing, so that it will just slide between the two cameras. So it's exactly the same if I was to lift that up and put that and have the trigger zone underneath it, so it was looking straight down. That would be a Zelda style camera, and you just lay those in a grid. So it's not my code, by the way. It's I think it's an average recon. I think that was his code for doing Zelda cameras. So if you go to my website, if you go to projectspark.co.uk and look up Zelda cameras, there's the code in there. There's various ways of doing it, but that's I think is the easiest way. But it's the first time I've tried it sideways on, and it worked really well. I was quite pleased with that. So I've got these. This is just for the. Notice there's an extra block in here. That was just for the start, so that you only got the street lamp and the hydrant to start with, and then I destroyed that block so that you can then see the rest of the game. So that was just for the start, and then and these characters' brains are turned on as you enter into the correct zones, so that they turn on and attack you. And these walls are collidable. They're collidable until you've killed whoever it is in that you need to kill for it to open up, and then it becomes non-collidable. And this is the arrow flashing. So once the wall is down, then it will display on a looped, toggled boolean, so that it will flash on.
Hold on, your screen looks blurry.
Oh, that sounds
What's up? Grading beyond limits.
That's what that does.
Good job. Hold on. Don't show anything else yet. Good job, Mixer, for screwing everything up for everyone. Jesus. Phil Spencer and Matt Booty, fix Mixer before you advertise it everywhere on the Xbox dashboard. Just look at her screen. I can't even see nothing. CBL or EC in this? Let's try. Hold on. We gotta refresh. I gotta refresh Mixer. Hold on. I don't want to miss any of your stuff. We're kind of doing audio. Hey, CBL, can you tell us how the audio sounds? We don't know if it's echoing or not. We're trying something different because Mixer's a piece of crap with their audio.
We want to make sure you can hear both of us.
He just got home. He lives in the UK.
Ah.
Or he lives in Ireland, actually.
Slightly different.
A little different. He says, "How are we two We're doing fantastic today. It's going to be a great day. Right, Lady Lex?
Where did I get to? Where do I don't know where to start now.
Oh,
Okay, so
yeah.
we've gone through the cameras. We've gone through the wall. So the wall is only collidable when the enemy in that zone is still alive. As soon as they're dead, this becomes non-collidable. It's already invisible, so that's fine. So you can walk through it, and you get into the next zone, and you can put your enemies already in and just turn their brains on for when they get into different zones. So you can get into this zone, and I could turn the brain on so he'll run in towards you. Or you can do it like I did at the end here, which I've got a spawning cube, and I just spawned a few characters at the end there. So when he's in the trigger zone, and I've spawned less than 5 players, then I will create an enemy, and then increase my spawn number by 1, and then once my spawn number is 5, it will stop. It won't create any more. And in each of the enemy brains I've got here, they are putting themselves into an object set, which when they die, they remove themselves from the object set. So once they've all gone from the object set and the object set is empty, that means I've killed them all, and then I can set my global game over, which is it. When the game is over, it just fades and it says level complete, and then I count down and game is finished. So it's it's a pretty simple level, really.
That's exactly how I do it. I don't know anything you just said, but that's some good coding because it works perfect. Hey, can you show it off again real quick for CBL?
Yeah.
He likes Streets of Rage. That's awesome. It looks like Double Dragon or Ninja Turtles or something. She did exactly what Graphic God asked her.
Run that way. So I can't go out that way because he's not dead yet. I've got to wait to. So I've killed him. He's dead. And now the arrow will start flashing to tell me I can go that way.
That's awesome.
And then the camera will transition, and again, and then there's another enemy.
I like the street lamps you put up at the front of the camera.
Yeah, I made them. I had somebody put up a thing on the forums and said, you can't make anything unless you buy the DLC. You know, it's useless. All the stuff they give you for free, there's no point. You can't make anything. So I built an entire house, a street set with street lamps and hydrants and bus shelters and houses and bins and all sorts of stuff, just to prove that you can make anything you wanted with the free stuff. You didn't need the DLC. So that came from that. That was my my street set that I made with just the free stuff.
She's proven you wrong once again. She can do anything. You asked her, I swear she can do anything.
Shall I die this time so you can see what happens when I die? Whoa, oh, I'm gonna die anyway.
You got
dead.
wrecked. Oh, they go to your base. They're gonna kidnap your girlfriend. That's what they do in
so
Double
they're
Dragon.
Towards me. So there they are. So go right back to the start.
I like that thing on the ground that keeps going to the right that shows you that you're supposed to go that way.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a fun little fluke, actually. It's because it's a hologram effect. You don't actually see that the hologram has this passing line that goes through hologram effect, but if you lay it down, you can see it really, really clearly. When it's faced upwards, because it's the same block as at the back there, you can see that there is a little white line going down, but it's a bit more subtle. But when you lay them on the floor, it's really, really, really obvious. But I liked it. I thought, actually, that looks cool because it's going in the right direction, tell me which way to go. So it wasn't on purpose. Sometimes you get these happy accidents.
Exactly. You know one thing?
The game won't finish until I get to the end because I obviously got attacked and everything, so I'll get to the end and there we go.
One thing about Project Spark that I didn't like, you know how you saw some people making like Link and Mario, like the 8-bit versions? Oh,
Yeah.
account name said, "Thank you for keeping Project Spark alive. You're welcome." It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Thanks for watching because it helps
Join us in keeping Project Spark alive. Do some stuff yourself.
Yes,
We need to
and
be more people making stuff.
and post it in the awesome club, Project Spark Team Club on Xbox.
Yeah, there are other clubs, but they're not active enough.
That's true. Actually, if you look at our club, and you looked at Sea of Thieves, we've had more activity than Sea of Thieves. Clubs aren't working very good on Xbox for some reason. There's not a lot of people getting into them.
Because the people that were fans of Project Spark were real fans. They really, I mean, it was a real. If you loved Project Spark, you really did.
I lost your audio.
Any sort of halfway.
You hear you.
The sort of really couldn't be bothered with it at all. It had that effect on people.
Oh,
I think.
account name is a member.
And you've got
great, good job, Mixer. Hold on. I think my stream stopped.
No. Oh no!
Look, everyone.
Everything's gone.
Xbox spends all their money on this Game Pass thing, and they can't even get Mixer right. Hold on, let me hit broadcast again.
Oh dear, never mind.
I can still see your stuff on the stream.
Yeah, I'm still streaming. I don't know what's happened to yours.
Look, everyone,
it's a
here's
disaster.
Oh, you can't see it. Okay, I hit start. We just got kicked off Mixer. This is what. Look, this is why we don't like streaming on Mixer, because it doesn't work. It works good on like if you're using a computer, but it doesn't work on Xbox worth of crap.
It looks like you're coming back. Hooray! There you are. With your Ant-Man and your Move controller. Of course it is.
It's a Sony... I won't say it. It's a Sony motion control.
Blue. Are they blue or pink or... I can't remember. They're coloured. Anyway. Whatever. So,
time out. I was saying, remember, like, people would make, like, Link and Mario, like, the 8-bit versions and stuff? And they would work because they'd use the animation. You'd make one scene visible, then the next invisible, then keep going. And you'd have, like, Mario in perfect animation to where it was on, like, the Nintendo and stuff like that. That would be fun if we made an 8-bit character next week. But one of the things that made me mad about it is that you couldn't shrink these pieces down, the primitive things. So nothing would really work. I wish that's one thing I wish they would have fixed before Phil Spencer came in.
When they said they were going to give us some primitives, it was like, yes, fantastic, yes, we want some cylinders and squares and you know, all sorts of shapes. Great, fantastic. And then they gave them us, and they were enormous. I mean, really huge. And it's like, why have they done that? They know what we want to use them for. We want to make characters. We want to make costumes. We want to make guns. You know, that's what we want to make with these things. The primitives for, and they just made them enormous, so they were useless to us. But like I said. My whole thought about what Project Spark did for us after launch has changed now that I realise very soon after launch they lost everyone, and that is why we never got all of the stuff that they gave us. All the DLCs and everything they gave us appeared to be stuff that they had made before launch. And they were just holding on to it and waiting to release it. They don't think after that, which is why every time we were asking for stuff, we weren't going to get it because they'd already made everything they were going to give us.
Sounds like something Bungie would do.
So,
Creating Beyond Limits says, I was never good at making my own stuff, but I love everything about it anyway, and playing other people's creations was just effing amazing. Yeah, I agree. What do you think about that statement?
I loved playing other people's games. I mean, I never made enough games myself. I admit that now. I was concentrating too much on just creating little game mechanics and showing them off and doing tutorials and stuff. I was too busy doing that. I never made enough games, but I really liked playing other people's stuff, and because there was always something in there that you'd never seen before that you were like, oh wow, what a really clever idea! Oh look, he's used that bucket to make a tree or something. I don't know. There was all sorts of things that you could see in people's levels, even if their level wasn't particularly great. Quite often there'd be something in there that was interesting. I mean, I saw you play a zombie game the other day, and the zombie game wasn't up to much, and it was very short, and it had no if you died, it just froze the screen, which one of my bugbears. I hated that. If you're going to make a game, especially if it's a platformer, these people are making these platformers, these really hard platformers with no respawn, so you had to reload the game every time you died. I absolutely hated that. I just drove me up the wall. But even in that zombie game, which was really short and had they'd used a window as a sight on the top of their gun, and I was like, ha! Clever idea. That looks really good. It's like little things like that you see in people's games, even if the rest of it was a bit sort of, there's always something in there that's pleasing. But there were people that just dumped a load of stuff down into a world without any thought. There was plenty of those, but I don't count those as games. That's just people playing with Project Spark, and I wish sometimes they would just play with it and not launch it, because they didn't need to. I've put a goblin down in a forest that I made, which I didn't really make. I let the world wizard make, and I've just dumped a goblin down and a character. You fight him. That's it. That's my game. It's like, nah. You didn't need to launch that to the world.
That's one brain I think they should have totally put in there at launch, is the respawn thing, because that is one thing that would get on my nerves when I played other people's games, is they didn't have a respawn or checkpoint system. And it's not super hard to code, but a lot of people didn't want to learn how to do it. Account name says, I'm not good at code, but that's to you, LadyLexUK. Amazing site. I'm learning. I just wish Microsoft gave Project Spark more time. So much potential wasted. Hopefully in the future get something just as good.
See, the thing is if Dreams kicks off, if it becomes this amazing thing that we're all hoping it's going to be, then Microsoft have nothing. They have nothing like it. Couldn't even say Minecraft is like it, because it's not. They have Project Spark. Work. It definitely needs work. It needs a decent way of creating your own props, and a decent way of adding your own music and things like that, which Dreams looks like it's going to be amazing at. But the thing is that what Project Spark has that Dreams doesn't have, and until we get Dreams, we won't know whether this is superior or not, is code. The way that you can program with these tiles is an extraordinary invention, and it for me is a revelation of, because it sort of teaches you programming, but in a way that is sort of common English, if you like. It makes sense. It's logical. I know programming is, but sometimes I find programming languages, they scare me. They look far too complicated. While all these lovely little tiles sat next to each other with little pictures on, which I can understand what they're representing, I found much easier to understand. And it would be a shame for them to throw it out completely. But if they wanted a competitor for Dreams, Project Spark is it. They just need to just tweak it up a bit, make it better, make it what it should have been. Because I think they rushed it to start with and then abandoned it. So it's all a shame.
Do you think anyone would trust Microsoft after they canned Project Spark, though?
Well, there's that to it. I mean, Project Spark was such a disappointment for me that I'm putting that on the Dreams people. I'm saying, look, I'm really worried for you. I'm really worried that it's going to go down the same way, and everybody's saying no. This is PlayStation. This is going to be different. They're not going to do the same here. Media Molecule, they know what they're doing. They've got huge fan base. It's not going to happen. It's not going to be obscure. Everybody's going to know about it, and it's going to be 1,000 times better. It's like, fingers crossed that they're right, and it's not going to suffer the same problems. Because I'm not sure that everybody wants to make games. You see.
Speaking of Dreams, let's look at the comparison video you made. Account name says completely agree with the simplified way of learning programming, such as it's such a powerful tool. Yeah, even when I mess around on Unity, there's so many tools that you'll recognize just from learning on Project Spark. So let's look at this video real quick. This is LadyLexUK. Her channel's down in the description. Let's see how close these trailers look for Dreams on PS4 and Project Spark, which Xbox can. Let's look at the similarities. Let us know if you can see any similarities here.
Welcome, Spark. So what kind of Spark are you? Player? Creator? Or both?
That's crazy.
The stories yet to be told. The games to be made. Civilizations
I was going to do a
to
video
be
that actually had clips that were
the universe is
pretty
waiting
close
for
to
you
the
to
Dreams
bring
one, and I
it to
thought
life.
actually I don't need to.
Now,
That little
how do we begin?
starter trailer thing that they put on the front of their live streams is so close.
Is that not exactly alike? That's genius you did that. Look at that. So they're definitely going for they're absolutely going for the same thing. But what's going to be cool, LadyLexUK, what's going to be cool about this, and people that are watching, the games that you make on Dreams, you're going to be able to actually go inside your own games in virtual reality because it's got virtual reality support. So that's pretty cool. And I thought in Dreams you'd be making games with the Sony Move controllers, but it looks like you're going to be able to use the DualShock to actually make them. But it looks like you'll be able to use the motion controllers in VR to play it if you want to play it that way. That's what I'm picking up.
Yep, they said that you can do everything with the DualShock controller as you can with the Move controllers, but they said the artists that are there, they like to use the Move controllers, while the game developers like to use the DualShock. So it's really, it's what you're used to and how much flexibility you want to use. I mean, it's an expensive thing to go and buy Move controllers and virtual reality headsets and all the rest of it. I mean, we're not talking, tens of dollars here. We're talking hundreds of dollars to get all of the kit. I don't think I'm going to be getting a virtual reality headset anytime soon because I've just splashed out on a PlayStation. So
she got a PS4 Pro.
I did.
Yes, she did.
I did. I got a PS4 Pro. It's got Star Wars written all over it. What can you do?
That's awesome. This has multiplayer support too, right? Doesn't Dreams have multiplayer support?
They allow couch co-op. for 2 people, 2-player couch co-op, and up to 4 people multiplayer for if that's going to be at launch, because there was some suggestion that was coming after, but I don't know. They still don't actually know what we're going to get yet, because they've not finished with it. So they're still developing. So I'm not even sure at what point we're going to get our beta test for Dreams. I'm itching. I really want to get hold of it. I want to make things.
Do we have a release date yet?
No, 2018. So it is this year.
With
Sony, then they said that 2 years ago.
Yeah, with Sony that means we'll have it in 4 years.
But I mean, they've already canned it, put it aside once because they weren't happy. So hopefully, it's a definite this time round. But they haven't released much more stuff since PSX and in December. So I don't know at what point we're going to get it. See, the other thing is I'm feeling a little bit torn. Is that my YouTube channel? It's all project. Look at that, into the throat of the. That's great. You do a great job with the lava effects. You do. They always look good. Anyway, I'm sidetracked now. I'm a bit worried. My YouTube channel is all Project Spark, and I don't. And people have come and subscribed because they want to see Project Spark stuff, but they might be wanting to see Dream stuff because it is the same. I think the same sort of people that like Project Spark are going to like Dreams.
Yeah,
so
you could
I'm
totally
probably
going
to do both on the same channel. But then I'm a bit worried I might Dreams looks like it's so involving that I might Project Spark might drift to the point of not very much. But then I suppose it's a moving on thing. But then again, it might not. You never know. I might not be able to cope with the mechanics of it or whatever, and Dreams might be difficult. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I am a bit concerned about all the way that they are going to do the logic, because they're going to use very similar to Little Big Planet, and I struggled with Little Big Planet's logic system with all the switches and wires and what have you. I found Project Spark to be much more flexible for what I wanted to do, but anyway, we will see what we will see.
I hope it's not like a Little Big Planet. I never played one of those.
No. Oh, I mean, I'd made a few levels in Little Big Planet, but I was never really that happy with them. They were really clunky, and I didn't like them. I much preferred the stuff that I made in Project Spark. But the thing about Project Spark is that I find that I play a game, an ordinary AAA game, and then I go, ooh, I could do that. I can make that in Project Spark. I think I know how to do that, and I'll go into Project Spark and I'll just make that game mechanic, because it's just the thought that I could actually recreate something in somebody else's game in Project Spark. I'll get that urge to do it, and then I'll write a tutorial, and I find that part the fun part. But then I didn't make the game. See, that was all I was doing. It was like, oh, I could make that, and I can make that, and I can make that. And there were so many things to make. I never actually, after a while, made actual games out of all the stuff that I was making. And I thought it was helping people, but this is the other thing. Now, this is the thing that I think maybe Media Molecule, they believe what is going to happen is people are going to be on there and they're going to be making stuff. They're going to be artists that are going to make things, and sculptors and musicians, they're going to make things. And then other people are going to come in and they're going to make collections of that, and they're going to make levels out of them. Well, that was what Project Spark was supposed to be about as well. You were supposed to make your level, and then people were supposed to remix it, make it better, improve it, put their stuff into it. But that never happened. No, that never happened. Nobody did that.
Everyone was like going for the achievements. Account name asks, "Are you guys taking requests?" And before you answer that, yeah, a lot of people would take other people's stuff and like cheese it to get the achievements and like the weekly stuff, so they could get the DLC and stuff like that. So like I don't know, they went
Yeah.
about it the wrong way. For
The
sure.
achievements were, I mean, when they first launched the achievements on Project Spark, it was a disaster for the game. People were putting up empty levels with absolutely nothing in them whatsoever, and just to get achievements. So the feed was just filled up. At one point, the newest feed was 70% achievement levels,
Yep.
which had no content in them whatsoever. 70%. I mean, that's just unbelievably awful.
What's up, Siberia? So, but do you take request account name? What do you want us to do? Do you want us to make something? Let us know.
Yeah, we can make something. I take requests all the time. In fact, I want requests. Please tell me what to make.
Dude, she'll make
I'm running out of ideas.
she'll make anything. Earlier, I think Graphic God last week asked her to make Streets of Rage game. We'll show that again here at the end of the stream. But if you ask her to make anything, like any kind of game, she can figure it out in Project Spark, and it's pretty freaking awesome.
Though I have limits. There are things you cannot do in Project Spark. Let's be clear. You can't do everything.
Oh.
And sometimes I get really frustrated because I have a bit of code and I think and I can't fix it and I can't get it to work. I mean, there's a drilling machine in the assemblies. There's a drilling machine, and I've been trying to get it so that the drilling machine continues to drill through your terrain until there's no more terrain, and then it will stop. And I just cannot get it to do it.
You can't
In
get
the
it to
assemblies,
stop?
it's a drilling machine.
I got
I
it right
can't.
now.
Well, that drilling machine. It will, if it hits terrain with that cone at the front there, the drilling machine will turn on, and then it will push itself forward, and then it will go back, and then it will turn itself off. What I wanted it to do was keep moving forward through whatever terrain that you put in it, and take the terrain away. So it made a tunnel. That was what I was trying to get it to do, and I have tried and tried and tried, and the code seems pretty self-explanatory, and I just don't understand why it's not working.
I bet we
driving
could
me up
figure
the
it out
wall.
by the end. We could figure that out by the end of the stream. I guarantee it. I'm gonna try after I check this out real quick. Account name says damage reduction defense system, and he also says or custom spells. We could do that next week.
What did you damage? What?
Damage reduction defense system or custom spells. Maybe you already have a brain like that you could show.
Oh, there's loads. There's loads of brains like that. What sort of spells are we talking here?
Yeah, give us some details. I'm gonna try to figure out this drill thing.
Yeah. Okay. Have we got?
How about you
we've got
work on
15 minutes on,
spells?
aren't
You work on spells, and I'll work on the drill.
Okay. Well, I can't do it in here.
Now, are you talking about someone riding the drill, or just the drill going off?
Just the drill. You turn the drill on, and it will just drill through terrain until it's made a tunnel, and then stop. That's all I wanted it to do.
I figured this out.
Oh, if you can figure
Well-
it out, I'll be. It's like because for whatever reason I can't get it to do it. Right. Okay, I got my player here. I might as well use this. This is my stealth mechanic that I created. Okay. So, spells. Okay.
Account name says fireball that scatters into tiny ones and home in on target Ooh, that's a challenge.
I'm not going to be able to do that in 10 minutes.
I bet you could. I have faith in you.
Not in 10 minutes.
It's pressure. You're a game developer now. You only got 1 minute. I mean 15 minutes.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, let's see if I can make a fireball. Hang on.
Or a ground spike attack, he says. Next week we'll have all spells. Like, we'll do all spells and get really creative with it. She's not so talkative while she's thinking, isn't she? Let's see if she can
can't talk and think at the
multitask.
same time.
If she's quiet, that means
No.
you know her brain's really thinking a lot.
I don't.
I have a
This is-
tip for
right,
Project
okay.
Sparkers. Your number one tip. Wait, let me find a logic cube real quick. This is the biggest tip for anyone, if anyone's just getting into Project Spark. Name every item you put on here. She's in deep thought. She's moaning and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
He wants some
I'm trying to remember how to do this.
He definitely wants some ground spikes.
It was ground spikes now.
Yeah, he
All
said
right, hang on then.
he said or ground spikes. You don't have to do both of them. There's no way you could do it, and you got 13 minutes, so you
Ground-
got plenty of time.
Ground spikes. What does he mean by ground spikes exactly?
What do you mean by ground like spikes that come out of the ground? You know that one thing?
Well, like a hazard in front of you. Doesn't that already exist?
Like, I don't know, like if you're attacking a guy, then spikes come out of the ground. I know you can do it. Hold on, look at my screen. Check this out.
Cheers, love! The
Let
cavalry's
me find
here!
the spike thing. I know a way you could do it if you could get it to turn on it at that position. To where you don't see the top or
I
the
thought
bottom
there
part of
was.
it. This, if you put this thing, make it like
thought-
appear. See my
Yeah,
screen, lady?
yeah, there it is. That's a. Yeah, one of those. Yeah, I know there's. I
If
know
you
there's a
could-
prop.
But you could make it appear each time he does the magic and come out like that out of the ground.
Yeah, so we've got the strips. And then
See? Toggle the power on, off. It would look like spikes are coming out of the ground. Like, maybe if you put create that object and power on when it does it, then power off after, like, 2 seconds or something like that.
well, that they to when rain has power.
I hope this drill works. I worked very hard on it. I don't know if it'll work or not, but we'll see. Go drill. Whoops. Wait, it made a little hole. I need to make the hole bigger. For some reason, the actual drill didn't turn on though.
Mm-hmm. Right. Type equals something. Okay. What does that do now? No.
Oh, wait, my drill stop. It's going. It's drilling. Look. It drilled right through there. Come back, drill. But for some reason,
Oh no, no, my goblin's attacking me.
I don't know why
Right,
the drill
let's throw it.
itself didn't turn on though. I'll stick another drill in front of it. Hey, with that one brain, that sitting down brain, I could make him riding the drill.
Aha!
Did you figure it out?
Well, sort of. Now you want it to go into the ground, don't you?
Of course.
Position Y equals position Y. By
Hey, my drill's working. It did it. Lady Lex, I did my part.
wow!
Wait, watch it
You
again.
did it! Oh my god!
Check this out.
It's
Here-
it's actually it's digging more than just. It's digging a trench with the water as well underneath it.
Yep.
Not
'Cause
quite.
it's a-
Uh,
Well, you could
Uh-huh.
probably put roughen in it or something like that. You know, like how the train will, if you use the roughen tool, like the roughen stuff will work. I'm sure you could put that in there, but I just don't know how. I'll figure that out by next week too. That's kind of cool. Oh god, the drill came off.
Yeah, that was a problem I had as well. The drill kept. Oh.
Well, it looks like the drill itself is a
Woo!
different piece on that one, so I don't know. Oh, jeez, you fell way down. I saw that.
Okay. That's not working.
I'm naming this drill. There we go. Oh no. I think I just saved over my world. The Project Spark servers will not work, it says. I'm peeking at your screen.
I've run out of space. I've run out of space. No, that's too. Ooh. That's interesting.
What is it that's hurting you?
The spikes. Right, hang on then. That's nearly right. 0.
jump on her for people's amusement.
Needs to be higher. Let's try 0.75.
That's funny. You guys in Europe call zeros knots.
Naught.
Not.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Hang on.
I have a Sony Move controller boat. That's awesome. She's stumped. You got 4 minutes. The pressure's on. LadyLexUK. And you still have to show your game off again real quick.
Okay, hang on then. I've got to go the other way.
Thanks CBL for hosting, by the way. Awesome.
Let's try again. Woo! That's
These
quite
streams.
Woo!
But hey, did you see the video of the... Because I've been messing around with assets because I've been messing around with Unity. And if you go into 3D Paint and look at the Project Spark assets now, they're freaking awesome looking. They're all shiny and like 4K-ish looking and stuff. They look good. I wish they'd... I wonder what they're going to use them for, because surely they didn't redo all the Project Spark assets just for the heck of it.
Maybe they were really good to start with, and then they just made them more simple for Project Spark, so maybe they had really good rendered versions of them to start with.
Project Spark was... The PC... Project Spark was on PC. PC could have handled those textures and stuff. And assets. I mean, they look really freaking awesome. Just, if anyone gets time, go to 3D Paint and just type Project Spark and you can look at all their assets. They look just crazy good.
Okay. This is a sort of interesting thing. It's not quite what I was going for, but I think actually it's quite cool. So this is like a spell that puts spikes in the ground.
Let's see again. Oh, wow.
So you throw it, throw your
She's like Harry Potter, man.
spike out. Yeah, so it sort of creates spikes. So let me try that with an enemy. Here's an enemy over here. Right, that's it. Woo! I've got to be careful not to walk into him myself.
Poor little goblin. He's gonna get spiked. That's awesome. There, we both
Yeah, that
did
works.
it. Right at the dot at 9 o'clock. Before we go, we want to thank everyone, and we want LadyLexUK. You want to show off your awesome Street Fighter, or not Street Fighter, Streets of Rage game you made?
Yep. Let's go back into it. So, I hope you saw what I did there, because I've just lost it. That was it gone. Right.
So yeah, so CBL, it was
Okay.
an account name. It was Graphic God last week that challenged her to make Streets of Rage, and she did this in 3 hours. Check it out; it's awesome.
Oh, hang on. That's the... There we go. Right, Streets are a little bit annoyed. There we go. And we're off.
Oh, CBL has a challenge for you. He said make a Dragon Ball Z game with copyright strikes in it. You can... He says this looks amazing. She's talented, I'm telling you. 3 hours she made this. Does it remind you of Ninja Turtles and Double Dragon and stuff?
So, here we go.
I love what you did with those colors and the outlines and stuff. It looks so good. It looks different, you know? You know how, that's one thing about Project Spark is, like, a lot of stuff looked just like the same old stuff. And then people would do cool stuff like this, and it just looked different. And the more time went on, you could see people making just incredible stuff. And then they pulled the plug. CBL said, looks great, and great stream, guys. Thanks, CBL. You're awesome.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
That's our challenge for next week is Dragon Ball Z. I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z, but we're gonna do it.
Dragon Ball Z. Is it a fighting thing? Okie dokie then. We will do that. Dragon Ball Z. I will have to look it up. Is there more than one Dragon Ball Z game, or is that one game that I've got to look out?
You probably know more than I do because I know nothing about Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna make. How about you make Dragon Ball Z and I'm gonna make Pokemon. No, we'll both do Dragon Ball Z.
That's a different thing.
That's true. I thought they were the same thing, but they are different. So Dragon Ball Z next week.
It's an anime thing. Oh, it's an anime thing. All right. Is that new one that's just come out? Is that I'm thinking of? That fighting game?
They do have a new Dragon Ball Z fighting game. Yes.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do it.
Right.
LadyLexUK, you want to tell everyone where they can find you, and her link to her YouTube's in the description, by the way.
I'm just gonna go into this, sorry, because that noise is annoying me. You can find my YouTube channel at LadyLexUK, and that is also the name of my Twitter channel. And you can find my website at projectspark.co.uk, which is for tutorials and articles all about Project Spark, and also an archive of all of your wonderful community games that I've found on YouTube. I'm adding to these all the time. I've got over 650 at the moment, and I'm adding more every day. And that's about it, really. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The more the merrier. I'm up to 80 now. I'm like really excited. I know that doesn't sound like an awful lot of subscribers, but for me that's a lot. That's more than I ever had before. So yes, please watch and comment and tell me what I'm doing right and what I'm not doing right, so that I can do more of what you would like to see.
That's awesome. And you can find me here, so subscribe, or we're gonna send Dragon Ball Z fighters out to get you. Just kidding. Okay, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, everyone.